Just announced overnight, Bitwise has filed 11 new crypto ETF applications with the US SEC. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum. This filing includes Tron, Zcash, Aave, Uniswap, and other altcoins, some which have never been seriously considered for ETF exposure before. Guys, this is not speculation. These are formal N1A filings now sitting with regulators. So even if one of these funds is approved, it changes how institutions can legally access large parts of the crypto market. But there's one detail in these filings that matters more than the coin themselves. And it tells us exactly how Bitwise thinks regulation is about to evolve. But we'll get to that in a couple minutes. Here's what we know right now. On December 30th, the SEC received 11 new ETF applications from Bitwise Asset Management. Yes, guys, 11. These are strategy ETFs, not pure spot funds. Each ETF is structured to hold approximately 60% directly in a specific crypto asset, and it will allocate the remaining 40% to crypto-linked ETPs or derivatives. So the assets include TRX, Zcash, Aave, Ethena, Hyperliquid, TAO, Uniswap, Near Protocol, SUI, Starknet, and Canton. Guys, this is one of the broadest altcoin ETF filings ever submitted in the United States. Now here's the part though that most headlines are missing. Bitwise is not filing these as simple spot direct tokens, right? They got the ETPs and the derivatives. This is designed to work within the SEC's current comfort zone, not fight it. And that tells us something important about what regulators may allow next. So let's break this down. So far, the price reactions are muted. TRX and Zcash are down modestly today. No speculative spike. And that's actually the signal. This filing isn't about short-term price action. It's about future access, pension funds, RIAs, model portfolios. ETFs don't move markets on announcement. They move markets on approval, right? So what's the regulatory strategy here? This filing avoids a direct regulatory confrontation. By capping the direct token exposure at 60% and routing the rest through ETPs and derivatives, Bitwise is signaling compliance, not rebellion. They want to work with the system. They want the big boys, the pension funds, right? The endowments, all these massive players to be able to buy into these ETFs without worrying about regulation. And this, guys, this mirrors the early playbook, the early playbooks that were used for commodity ETFs, futures-based Bitcoin products, hybrid commodity strategies. In other words, this is a bridge structure. It's an institutional signal, okay? Guys, the other really important thing that a lot of people are going to overlook is the inclusion of Zcash is not accidental. Privacy coins have historically been regulatory landmines. And filing Zcash inside a structured ETF suggests that Bitwise believes the regulatory tone on privacy coins is softening, or clarity is coming much sooner than markets expect. And remember, guys, Bitwise already operates many approved products. So this is not a first-time issuer testing the boundaries, right? It is not. And it's also not happening in isolation. Because like we said, Bitwise already has a Solana staking ETF that's currently trading. It has an Avalanche ETF awaiting approval. The filing tells us three things. First, Bitwise is positioning for a 2026 era regulation, not today's headlines. Second, altcoins are being packaged for institutional access before retail even realizes it. And third, ETF approval is no longer a Bitcoin only story. So what do we need to watch next? We need to watch how the SEC responds to these hybrid ETF structures. We need to watch for the language that is being used around derivatives and custody. We need to watch whether other issuers copy the exact framework. And if this filing actually moves forward, it won't be loud. it will be procedural. They're not going to make a big to-do about this. They're going to follow the rules and get it pushed out. And by the time the headlines catch up, by the time everybody's talking about it, all the positioning will already be done. Guys, we're going to track every single update around this as it hits. So watch closely for the next report and what this means for altcoin exposure in regulated portfolio. 11. I can't believe it's 11 altcoins. Things are moving insanely fast. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any breaking news that we have coming out. Guys, this is Ledger Prime. Thanks for watching.